Looking back at my narrative speech video compared to my very first speech, it's very clear that I've grown throughout the course of this class. Today we're going to be looking at my narrative speech compared to my group presentation. We're going to look at how I felt before, during, and after my speech, and then we're going to highlight things that I thought went very well and things I need to improve on for the next time. Then we're going to go on and talk about how I will use the skills that I learned in this class moving forward in my daily life and school life. And lastly, we will tie everything up by giving myself a grade for my overall performance on my very last speech. For starters, before the speech, I felt really good as I did practice beforehand, and since we were this far into the year, I've already gotten very used and accustomed to how things go when I'm giving a speech for this class. So I've already come to know what to expect and to how to flow with the motions, and I just felt very good beforehand. During this speech, I also felt very good because since this was a narrative essay, I felt myself not having to rely on my note card as much, and it was easy for me to just recount the story I was telling since it was my own story. And I really liked that because that just gave me more confidence because I knew what I would have to say next, and I just felt like I stumbled a lot less. And then after my speech, I was very proud of myself. I thought it went very well. I think it is definitely the best speech that I've given throughout this entire course. And I was just very proud, and I felt very accomplished since this was my very last speech for the year. Moving forward, what are my strengths? I thought that my strengths were eye contact. I feel like I might have already said that, but I thought my eye contact was very strong and it was very good. And I think that I really lessened my filler words and my stumbles throughout my speech. I really avoided those little stumbles, or if I did, I was less sidetracked by them, and I didn't let them impact my speech that much, and I thought that I did very good on that. Moving forward, though, I'm going to say hand gestures. I kind of forgot to incorporate movement into my speech, and I was just kind of a statue, and it was kind of awkward, I will say. So moving forward, I need to move my hands more and try to engage my audience more with what I'm trying to say. I will be using these skills for any other presentation I'll be having to give, as I know the rules about filler words, speed, how to captivate your audience, all of those little things. I feel like they're going to really help me moving forward. Lastly, for my overall grade, I am confident enough to say that I would give myself an A. I thought I did very well. I was very proud of myself. I would give that speech again, and it just went very well. Thank you.